The building's on fire. So Libra signs, I literally heard incendio as I felt the energy behind your cards for this week. And incendio doesn't just mean fire. It is also what you say when the building's on fire as kind of like an emergency thing in Portuguese. A lot of times I've been picking up words in Portuguese when I pick up the energy on the cards. But looking at your cards, we've got the Six of Swords and then the Five of Pentacles. There is a sense that like you're trying to put out a fire here, and it's not going well. Here's the fire. It's almost like a dumpster fire, a situation that has become kind of just terrible to deal with, like a car crash. It's awful. It's just there. You don't want to look at it, but it's on fire, so you kind of have to deal with it in some regard. You can't just leave it on fire. And that's kind of the energy behind this Five of Pentacles with the Six of Swords. It's something kind of awful, terrible, ugly that we really don't want to deal with, but have to deal with. And it's sort of an emergency that we deal with it. Could be a literal fire that you guys have, recently had to deal with, but this is usually a metaphor for some emergency that's going on in your life, whether that be in your home or in your personal life or at work. Let's see what else we get. On the bottom, we have the High Priestess, and that's very strange, because when somebody yells fire, the last thing I would expect as a response to that would be the High Priestess. The High Priestess is not doing anything. It would be like the proverbial meme of, if you've ever seen the meme of the dog sitting on a chair, the room's on fire, and the dog is got like a cup of cocoa or something in his hand, or coffee, and they're just totally hanging out and everything. They're like, and I usually there's a caption that says like everything's fine or whatever, and meanwhile the room's on fire. This is that proverbial meme, because with the High Priestess on the bottom, you're not doing anything about it, or if this isn't about you, this is about another person in your life, and they're not doing something about an emergency. It's like that's going on where like there's something that's on fire in their life that they are trying to ignore, but it's like how can they ignore this? How can they ignore this? And they are. Look, the High Priestess and the Four of Swords is just being cool with it. It's like, imagine somebody just sitting there when your roof is like falling apart over you. You have like no shelter, matter you're homeless and you're okay with it and winter's coming. It's got that vibe. Let's pull Oracle cards to find out more. Tell me more about this reading for Libra, please. By the way, if you guys want to support my channel and you like what I do, check out my Patreon account, become a member. I would really love it if you guys would see what I have to offer there. There's a lot of cool stuff. I have monthly readings, I have love readings, so it's worth checking out, and it would really show your support. Tell me more. Okay, so in the next couple cards here, we have the City coming out with the Universal Hexagram. You guys are just so cool with this, and it's almost like you wanted this to happen because it's karma. And it's not just coming back. This isn't just happening to one person, by the way. The feeling that I'm getting, if this isn't happening to you, this is happening around you, like your company. Let's say your company's going under and you work for your company, but you don't even care because you work for your company and you don't even have any faith in your own company. And their values, it's like they're getting what they deserve. Saturn is getting what you deserve. So either you feel like you're getting what you deserve and you're like, yep, this is what I deserve, my house is collapsing around you, or you're just kind of like witnessing it, you're either part of it, but it's like, you don't mind because you feel like it needs to happen. So like, let's say for example, your company's corrupt and you know your company kind of needs to get shut down because it's not right for them to operate, but it's still your job, so you still work there. But you don't care if they get shut down because you know it's kind of the right thing to happen, basically. And that's what this is talking about, whether this is your company or some aspect of your life. You're cool with it getting burnt, with it burning away. You're cool with the building being on fire, and you're cool with it burning down because it's karma, and it has to. Yeah, because Taurus is just not being invested. Aries is loyal. Whereas Taurus is not really invested. They're just kind of like doing, I'm not like making a character judgment on people. I'm just saying in terms of this deck, the Taurus is not the loyal card. This is the grunt work card. They're just there to earn their day-to-day bread, to earn their paycheck. And they're not a loyal employee, or they're not loyal to the situation. So it may as well burn around them because it deserves to, and it has to. And that is what is karmically, that's karmic balance. That's what that would be. Okay, let's pull some advice and see if we can get any more insights into this, or if there's any advice for you guys on how to better deal with the situation or insights into the situation. Any advice here for Libra signs, please? Ooh, wow, that was neat. Wow. Okay, so the next couple, this advice really is just extremely practical. The Knight of Pentacles with the Eight of Pentacles is recycle things. You know, it's like take your reuse, recycle, remake, and come up with ways that you can economize or be more efficient. And that's part of the advice with regards to this. Because in this dumpster fire situation, while the room's on fire, you're going to be missing things. There's going to be shortages. There's going to be problems. And that's the Hanged Man. That is, you know, if the room's on fire, then there's no, I don't know, walls to protect you from the elements. And it puts you in a very uncomfortable situation. I'm trying to think of a more like realistic example here than just the room being on fire. Like let's say your house is being condemned, but it's not being condemned for another 6 months and you have nowhere else to live for 6 months. So you have to live with a house that has like holes in it. You can't really repair it. It's kind of in this transitional state, but you have to make the most of it. So this is like, if you don't have a washing machine, then hang up your laundry on clothing pins. You know, that's the practicality of the Knight of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. It's like making lemons out of lemonade. It is about kind of taking a bad situation and making the most out of it in a practical way. So, and then with the Knight of Cups here is also kind of, the Knight of Cups really is putting a smile on your face, just like the dog meme. I mean, it's saying keep doing it. For whatever reason, this is the right action. It is the right, it's like put a smile on your face even if your room's on fire, because you can actually live through it. You can just put on some flame retardant garb and you'll be fine. Let's say the siding in your house is being redone. Well, you'll live through it even if it's cold and it's drafty, because without the siding, the winter air is flowing right into your house. It's like put a smile on your face and just deal with it in a practical way, and you can find tiny little tweaks and solutions, little hacks to get around the problem. That's what I'm saying. Let's see what we get for advice from people. Any other advice? Any other advice from Libra? Okay, so now I have the Princess coming out with the planet Jupiter, and what I heard when I just sat here with your energy for a second was I heard biscuit, the word biscuit, and what I'm getting is a sense of small treats, right? Like a little biscuit, like a small treat, and it's for yourself, because every little thing that you do, you can feel free to treat yourself for, because if you're living through a dumpster fire, then you may as well treat you through the small wins, the small victories in life. It's like acknowledge the small victories and treat yourself, treat them as things that are worth rewarding. Reward yourself for the small victories. That's the advice here. Let's see what else there is. Yeah, because look, this is all part of the process. This is all part of kind of like turning your situation around. That is Libra with the bridge. It's turning your situation around little by little, and part of it is changing your perception by it's like turning rags to riches, but they're not even really riches. You're just patching up the rags together. You're just what's the word? You're bedazzling the rags. You're bedazzling the things that you have, and like reworking them, reusing them, recycling them. So reward yourself for these small improvements. Reward yourself for these small fixes, these small hacks. Everything doesn't have to be about fixing your life on a grand scale. Really, the advice here for this week for you guys is to fix your life on a very small scale and come up with little hacks for small things in your life to turn it around small thing by small thing, like little by little, turn around your situation one perception at a time. You know, it's like, oh, I have these lemons, damn, well, I'll make lemonade. I'll make metaphorical lemons into metaphorical lemonade here. I'll make metaphorical lemons into metaphorical lemonade here. And I'll reward myself for these tiny little victories amidst this building being on fire situation. Okay, Libras, thank you guys for being here. I hope that made sense. You guys got something out of that. Don't forget to check out Patreon and follow the channel. I'll see you guys next time.